Hello and welcome. My name is Dragothic and we're back again with another episode of 2MOOKS Review. Yeah, 2MOOKS Review. So I'm joined here today again by Marty, who is our artist he works here for Friendship and cheese. I've given him his cheese. Just in case anyone's worried, I got stringers in the fridge and he got some. And we're joined here today by Gooch.
Hello, everybody. I
Goo-
am but a humble gooch. Not quite a dick, not quite an asshole. I am in between, as you can see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey!
My strong hand.
So we're doing a three-person review for this one here because we're doing Pokemon Arceus, and as you know, there's 3 starting Pokemon, so we figured we'd each pick a Pokemon and play through. Some things to think about. So before we get into anything, just remember I do have a merch store, which is Dragothic Studios over on Spring Tea. There'll be a link down below. There's obviously this YouTube channel, which is Dragothic Gaming. And then I've also got the new YouTube channel, which hasn't got anything on there just yet, but go and follow it so you're ready for when something does come up. That's going to be for our 3D projects and animation for the movies and something like that we're creating. So all very exciting. I've got some stuff half finished for it at the moment, and I'll keep working on that one there. Yeah, Instagram, Jacob Berlin Briscoe. I tag everyone in stuff. Gooch doesn't have an Instagram because he's slack. And then Twitter is Dragothic _. Yeah. Links are all down below for everything. So what are we going to do first? So we're going to go into... Which mouse do I want? I got too many mouses, too many computers. Thing to just look at first, we've got the thumbnail review. Look at that.
What?
2MOOKS review. Now they got
the
the artwork there that Marty fixed up for us. It all looks amazing. I do have some shirts on the way with that on it for the 3 of us. Unfortunately, because it has Pokemon on it, like actual live Pokemon, I can't make it a public shirt. But you will definitely see us wearing it at some point. And I give Marty's thing 5 stars.
Yay! I make it to the thumbnail line again.
Everyone's watching the
Sink my shirt
screen, not the
first.
camera again.
I
The
can't
camera.
even see my face in that.
Yeah, it's a hard one to get by because you see me looking at it. All right, so that's Marty's thumbnail. He spent a month drawing that for me in between working 90-hour weeks.
Dude, that's amazing.
I'm really happy. Let's make that a bit bigger so we can see it real good. Look at that. Look at that true to life definition. You know, like this is exactly what I look like in real life in Pokemon. Look at this.
Yeah, in Pokemon. Real life in Pokemon.
No, I touched something I shouldn't have touched.
Oh, just the border. It's fine.
I'm trying to get onto Marty's.
Jesus, of course.
Look at that. Look at that nose. That true to life nose. That boisterous enjoyance of Gooch over here, just loving life in the game. The Pokemon looking fucked up and scary looking.
So good, man.
I know, it's so good. I'm so happy with how it turned out.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's how they should have looked in the game, man.
Yeah. Well, so that's
Marty's
that
gonna
one.
Design the next starter Pokemon.
Yeah, absolutely. What was it?
Gen 9.
Who makes Pokemon? Game Freak. Game Freak,
yeah,
hide this man.
I work for
contract.
cheese.
It's very affordable. Trust me, he works 90 hours a week, not for me. All right. So, first things off. So Pokemon, we got the story. So, I've enjoyed the story for this one here.
Yeah.
It's an isekai. That's the word.
Yeah,
Isekai. You know, you've sort of been dropped in through Portal, and the whole game's about portals. But time portal's nothing new. I mean, Cerebi is literally a time portal, open and closer. Arceus is a god of time, and he does warp stuff everywhere. In general, so the idea of an isekai for Pokemon's not unheard of. There's also been in the past games isekai characters as well.
For real?
Yeah, absolutely. So, and in this game as well. So you're not actually the only isekai in this world.
That's
True, yeah.
True.
Oh, man, yeah.
Like, yeah, like there's the guy that one of the guys that you go and
straggly, like,
yeah, the guy that you go and fight and stuff like that. Do you guys know where he is from?
Yes, I do.
Where?
Battle Train.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a very small reference to it too, and you only
So
you
much,
get
it's
one
so
you get
good.
one line because like the pixel.
Cut off my circulation.
And it looks.
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, no, that's it. So you're not the only isekai going into the world, and there's a lot going on for it. So you're basically thrown into the world. You get told, all right, cool. We've never caught a Pokemon before. We're having trouble with it here. This is a brand new Pokeball. We made it this week.
Yeah.
Can you go ham with this one over here? There's an entire field over there for you to fill full of Pokemon. If you get bored of them, throw them out and we'll give you some powders after we grind them up. So you can use that to power up other Pokemon.
Yeah, it's pretty dark. Actually.
Yeah, a little bit.
bit.
No. It's not like Pokemon Go with this one here. It was very much on the idea of they left this as a gift for you.
Yeah.
Where at least Pokemon Go was like, we turn them into candy in the meat grinder.
Yeah.
So the story is interesting like that. So it follows on that. Everyone basically, you get told by this effectively samurai cult trying to start up a new world that if you don't pull your weight and fuck up, you're out. Yet no one's ever caught a Pokemon before, and you're the first one to really do it. But then people seem to have Pokemon, but then they don't. But then they're afraid of it. Someone's like, I would love to see a Caterpie, but I'm scared of Caterpie. You want to touch Caterpie? No, the Caterpie's scary.
I just wanted to see it. That's okay. Like, get it away from me.
But
now,
it's understandable though, because in a world of Pokemon, you assume those things are scary as fuck. They fucking throw fireball
I
around.
mean, yeah. So are possums.
So yeah.
Oh my god, you're right.
So introducing on the story that like spoilers, guys. I'm not going to pretend we're not doing spoilers. So you get over the whole way, all the way through. A lot of the story writing feels like people are warble garbling at you.
Yeah.
Like certain conversations could have been 3 lines from people instead of like a 5-minute paragraph. You end up just fucking anging your way
At least
through.
they added like facial.
Yeah, the facial cues is good,
Yeah.
but we're at this stage here. Why don't I have fucking audio?
Voice
Yeah,
acting.
Like,
yeah,
what-
that's
like,
the thing. I mean,
it
like,
is-
they don't have to have it for like your character, but for everyone else.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like it hasn't been done before.
No,
not like it
it's
can't be done
it's
anymore,
like it really needs to start being a thing.
Yeah.
Voice acting needs to start being a thing. It's
I mean,
just
more, it's more
laziness.
captivating.
Yeah.
Like instead of just sitting there spamming through something, you can actually,
Yeah,
listen.
because like
Yeah.
like you just see people talking, like you give them a voice off of like what you think they'd sound based on other things you've watched, based on their interactions, the way they posture themselves in their clothing. But I'd like that to be given to me.
Yeah.
I'd like some thought. It's a multi-billion-dollar company.
Yeah, I'm sure they can. figure it out.
give it the fucking thing. So yeah, the stories like that. You go through. There's 3 different factions. The 2 are existing thing being Pearl and Diamond,
Yeah.
which is the main people involved in this region,
Yeah.
and the map set's all set very similar to how the world is later.
Yeah.
The ruins where you go and fight Palkia and them on Dialga.
Yeah.
It's all fully built at that stage. And then when you go to fight Dialga, or whatever it is, it explodes.
Yeah.
And that
that's right.
becomes Knife Point or Spear Point Temple in Diamond and Pearl.
Wow.
You know, the temple with all the
okay.
spear point
Yeah,
pillars?
yeah,
it
yeah,
explodes, and then
yeah.
all the pillars pointed. So it is very much things are set out in the world in a similar way to how they are in the thing, as close as you could to make it work in a 3D open world.
So much lore. I love it. Yeah.
That's insane, yeah.
And yeah, you go for like that there, and you pick a side on who you want to be with, and that changes who you're gonna fight for Dialga and Palkia, where one's a primal and one's a not primal variant, depending on which team
right.
you pick.
Yeah.
So there's stuff like that, and then it's just a lot of farming at that point.
So much farming.
Yeah.
So much farming.
But yeah, I don't know. Let's go into the visuals for it. So 3D open world.
It's a beautiful game. Man.
Semi-open world, semi-open. So it's not full open world because it's instant loading. You can't walk out of your village, go to the swamps, and decide I want to go to the snow. It's individual elements.
Yeah, you have to go back to the village to go to another area.
Yeah.
And I think that was like... I'm
Yeah,
not
so
sure,
it's like segmenting it into 5 areas instead of making it one full major open world. But that's fine. It's sort of it's one of those things where like they wanted to make it open world, but at the same point they still need you to follow the linear path. And considering how often you get lost and sidetracked during any of the main missions anyway,
that's kind of the point.
and but if I want to ignore the main storyline for 20 hours, let me ignore the main storyline for 20 hours.
Yeah, and go explore.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get that.
But yeah, so the visuals for it, it's all flat ground green, grass, tufts of grass laying around, ankle high water with some reflections.
Yeah.
And animations for all of the Pokemon walking around and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on some of those?
Honestly, I think it was actually really well done. And especially when you get the mounts, like the 4 different mounts, like flying around was awesome.
Yeah, but like the actual visuals of it though.
I get that, and like when it annoyed me to a degree, especially looking for Pokemon when you're flying, and you can't see it until it starts loading up, and then you go down, and then it's like, oh,
there's definitely some limitations to the Switch at that point.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Did you guys see, like, in the distance, when you look at a Pokemon, like, from very far away, it does this, like, 3-point animation thing?
That's AI scheduling. So it's saying I'm here, but I don't want to give this too much CPU at this point.
Yeah.
So that's fine. That's more to do with rendering it at full thought too far away. It's going to take up too much processing because it's a foreground, so it's getting a less CPU attitude to it. I actually found the world to be quite bland. It's a lot of repurposed textures. There's 2 types of trees.
True.
3 if you include the dead trees.
Yeah.
And they are spaciously placed out at exact intervals of space in between each tree. And the grass and stuff like that's just tufts and stuff, which has effectively been put in place because they put an alpha there, and they want to give you the option to have something to hide near those alphas. So it's just a lot of lazy retexturing as far as I saw it. Like it's very visually boring.
Yeah, I can see that.
And like it's very flat material.
What would you have done to change that?
Have it on PC. Run a 3090. Have some actual graphical power. Now look, so it's one of those things like the game visually feels like a demo that they sort of released. She's asleep. It's fine. It's been a long day. It feels like visually it just feels like a demo. It feels like it wasn't fully
complete.
Done. Like the grass and stuff doesn't have moving textures. It's just a flat green.
Yeah,
it's like because in the game development stuff, that'd be a flat world that's there like that, and it'd be checker plating, and it feels like they just painted it green.
Yeah.
It doesn't have anything like all the walls and stuff for all the mountains and stuff. It's just retextured brown and darker brown going up, and then a lighter color for areas that you might be able to stand on with your deer.
You're right. Like you said earlier, though, like they definitely had limitations on the console that they were using. If they did put it on a laptop or on computer.
It's running on the same console that did Breath of the Wild.
You're right.
So we have got a basis to think about here.
You're right. Yeah.
Because if you're going to become a Breath of the Wild like style of game of open world, you're going to get judged against it. So 100%. Breath of the Wild was absolutely beautiful. Exactly. Yes, it still you reuse trees and stuff like that, but it had a lot of variant of trees.
Yeah.
They weren't all just one straight tree that was 2 different colors. One color meant it had berries in it. The other color is every other tree.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean? They had different colors. They had different trees. They had individual leaves. They had different branches based on what you and obviously interactable as well.
True.
It came out 3 to 5 years ago now.
Yeah.
And
that was on the old Switch.
Yeah.
True.
Which had less CPU. So it just looked a little bland. But it otherwise still good, just a little bland. I did like that there was water, even if it was only ankle high. And then obviously you got a mounted Pokemon for later stuff, for the deep stuff. But yeah, gimmicks. So this game here involved being able to peg Pokeballs at Pokemon.
Loved it.
Love
the experience.
Yeah, turn the game from being, oh god, I hope there's no Pokemon in this bush, to Pokemon walk around being like, oh god, I hope there's no trainer in that bush.
Yeah.
And and there's some Pokemon even they've been able to see me in the bush, and I'll be like, why can you see me? I'm being attacked by everybody. I'm being so sneaky. And I think it has to do with like their height elevation, like if they're flying, like Murkrow crows, what are they called? They can see me instantly.
Dude, they're crazy. Like from so far away.
Yeah,
it's so frustrating. I'm like,
I love that.
I'm like, it drives me nuts.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh.
Yeah. I got like 6 aggro on me from like 100 meters away, and I'm like, you've only just rendered in.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I love that.
And Paris.
Oh, fuck that, yeah.
Paris is so angry.
Oh,
All
yeah.
the time, yeah.
And Shinx.
Some of them are really
And
aggressive.
And Shinx is like so angry. Like
But
I get
that aspect, like there's a whole
like
stealth
that's also
aspect
part of the
so
part of the
good.
gimmicks like that for it as well. Like there was the 3 different personality types for Pokemon. There was the timid in it. There was timid which ran away. There was the oblivious but just sort of thought you're interesting and they just sort of watch you and be like, hey buddy.
And like side duck. Like,
That's like like that kind of thing.
Or right in his face is like.
Or like
okay.
Bidoof, who just sort of like Bidoof or Tangela, who they just walk up to you and just sort of like look at you, be like, "What are you up to, buddy?"
Want to be a friend?
Yeah, and then you can literally throw it out, and then pop out, and they'd be like, "That was weird."
Hey,
what?
get back in there.
And then you throw another ball at them, and then there's like Shinx in them who are
Yeah.
just like fucking. They see you, and you're like, "You are what I'm going to fuck up today." You particular. So that was a good one for that one. So I didn't mind the Pokemon throwing aspect for all of this.
I honestly like the stealth aspect. It reminded me of like. I loved using like leaded balls and like gigaton balls and stuff like that, where you would actually like try to like figure out where the line of sight was, and it was pretty interesting. Like some Pokemon actually had a wider line of sight than others.
Yeah,
and you could
throwing the ball was a little bit weird sometimes because it looked like it like that's fucking hit him. I swear to God. And then and then also what the game decides the back shot is.
I love the back shot.
Yeah, but sometimes it'll throw it like it's like square in the back of his head and it's just like a normal shot. You're like, no, buddy.
Noise.
No, buddy. This is a critical catch.
It's so satisfying when you do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like when you're little. And did you have guys ever play? What's that game when you're really fucked up when you're little? Anyway, you'd get a tennis ball. It's like Rochambeau kind of. But you'd like see your friend in the playground and you just peg the ball as hard as you could. Those little blue squishy balls.
Oh, what was that called?
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. And they'll drop all their notebooks and be like, oh no, I dropped all my notebooks. And you're like, Anyway, we dated for 6 years.
Picking up girls hasn't changed. We still just pick on them.
I just throw balls.
Yeah, you just pick.
I just catch them all.
You just pick on the girl and hope she thinks it's funny.
Walk up behind him and fucking peg a leaded ball at him.
Don't throw things at girls unless you think they like it.
God. Yeah, no.
I'm learning so much.
Oh, God.
So the the Pokemon catching thing there. This is a gimmick that will not be continuing over with the new game coming out later this year before Christmas.
Hate that.
Which leads me back to the idea of this game is a tech demo.
Yeah.
Effectively, they ran it as a tech demo, but the new game coming out at the end of the year. Anyone remember what the name of it is?
No, I haven't even.
I can't even think what it is at the moment.
Yeah.
I saw it like a month ago when they did the release trailer for it. But yeah, basically it's going back to how Sword and Shield went.
Oh man.
Which is very linear, story based.
A breastfeeding experience.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping it's less of a hallway and gives me a little bit more to it than what Sword and Shield did. There's a lot of hand holding going on and more warble garbling.
Yeah, and okay.
Yeah, so.
Good analysis,
So we'll see how that goes. The visuals for the new game coming out looks very interesting though. Hopefully they don't do the bullshit of like, oh, the whole Pokédex can't exist because we don't want to model it. Fuck you guys.
Fuck that noise.
Model your Pokédex. You fucking made 650 Pokemon. Live with it.
Yeah.
You committed to this.
Yeah.
It's way more than that. It's nearly 1,000.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
you committed to this.
Yeah.
Now, well, that's including variants. But like, you committed to this bullshit. I want to catch it.
Exactly.
Gotta
Catch them all.
not just what's on offer.
Not just what we feel like fucking modeling.
It's in the premise of the show.
Yeah.
Ash Ketchum is
I know
10 for
there's
this.
more. I know there's more.
That was my biggest gripe with Sword and Shield when it came out.
Oh, for
But
sure.
so the other thing here,
Dynamax pissed me off too. That's not
Dynamax.
I like Dynamax.
oh, okay, come on. So trainer battles.
Where were they?
Yeah.
Where were they?
Was there 6 or 7? How many trainer battles did you
could
guys
count them on your fucking hand.
I-
I swear to God.
I was literally like looking at NPC
Tiny
characters because there's like so
Count them on your hand.
because there's so few NPC characters in it. Every time I'd meet an NPC character, I'd be like, "Am I gonna fight you in the next series? In the next like area?"
Yeah, I hope
Yeah.
so.
And
Then when you do, it's like I have one Pokemon. It's like, dude, I still have 6.
Yeah, but
Like,
There were 3 people in the game. One of them was a noodle dude. One of them was a psychopath time traveler, which was a Market Man spoiler alert. And the other one was this demented guy that turns out to be the professor in the future.
oh, don't forget the 3 sisters
Oh yeah.
that were the bandits
That
at the
was
beginning
pretty
of the
much
game.
that was
I'll
that
never
was
forget the
pretty much. They were like the Team Rocket or
But
whatever.
but then they missed the perfect opportunity. They've thrown out 3 Pokemon. Why can't I throw out 3 Pokemon?
Yeah, team battling.
Yeah.
That would be dope.
Yeah, and it's not like they haven't
Oh, look
done
at-
that in the past.
Oh, look
with, like,
look
2
at that!
Pokemon,
I've
2v2.
aggroed 2 Pokemon. I guess I'll throw out 2 Pokemon.
Yeah,
You know, like
yeah, that would be nice.
give me the option to start bigger fights.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
You know what I mean? Like risk and reward.
Yeah.
Yes, I've aggroed 4 people, but I can throw out 3. You know, like
Do you reckon again it's just that whole rendering issue where it's like,
Maybe-
or is it just
but
lazy?
laziness.
programming?
Laziness,
It's
yeah.
just
Yeah.
missed opportunity, I reckon. But yeah, so because like it's a standstill model that doesn't do anything at this point. They despawn everything else in the map. It becomes an isolated
they
area.
just chill.
An isolated area. Nothing beyond certain point renders.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like
They could have done it. And
It's
you
not
can
that hard.
literally just throw your 6 Pokemon out and look at them and be like, yeah, 6.
Exactly.
But like, you know,
and that doesn't despawn any other characters like that.
Exactly.
And each character is just in a set repeat motion until you
Exactly,
tell it
yeah,
to do
exactly.
something, and then it does that one thing, and then it goes back into a set repeat motion.
it's
So yeah, it's just missed opportunity for giving something. So lack of battles.
in saying that
There was
I
like 4 or 5 battles, and it felt an awful lot like they did the whole like we haven't had a battle in a while.
yeah, throw one in there.
Oh no,
yeah.
we better do it now. We gotta do it now. I know it doesn't match the storyline, but we're gonna do it right now.
Yeah, this person.
We haven't done it in a while, and if we don't do it, it's gonna be forever till we can do it again.
Yeah, true.
Because everything from now on is exploring.
Yeah. There was I don't know what her name was. I know the lady in the village that had the funky looking hair. You know where you go to use the master seeds and master an ability. You could eventually.
Oh yeah, the combat lady at the top of the dojo.
So
You
they're
could
they're all-
eventually like you could verse like 3 people continuously.
Yeah.
Oh, like the start of like the battle
You
battle
could
training
just go
sort
up
of
to them
idea,
and
like
just
just like a little mini gym.
yeah.
Yeah.
But still, even then, man, like I miss gyms, dude. Like,
Yes,
Well,
man.
you gotta remember
Like-
this is the start of the Pokemon regime, so
and
it's
it
like
actually made it like it was cool, where it was like, all right, now I can fly. Now I can like I need to defeat this gym leader so I can go do this.
yeah.
You know, rather than I just need to keep doing this fucking story before I can get this mount. You know,
Yeah.
like it's
What they should have done was like Pokemon gyms, but like take the term literally, where it's like you'd go into a cave or you'd go into a nest and you'd have to fight like the alpha, and that would be the gym leader.
Yeah.
You know what I
or
mean? That
waves,
would have been
or
insane.
waves, like,
Or
yeah, like,
or
yeah.
at least decide these like certain alphas have become a problem because they've done something. They're doing something in the environment.
It's
Like-
kind of the
like,
premise of the game as well.
Give me a reason of concern why like some random villager's like, oh look, this is where I would normally go and collect
Fish.
my apples or fish.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden this Alpha Gyarados has appeared and he's scaring off all the Magikarp.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can't fish anymore. We eat Pokemon. The don't see any other meat in the island. So you got that one there. But yeah, it does make sense. Like it felt like there's a lot of they took a lot away because it's the beginning of the world, but they didn't replace it with certain things that would have made sense.
Yeah.
You know, like yeah, sure, gym battles don't make sense because we don't have gyms, we don't have society based around the Pokemon battle system and publicizing the fact that being popular as a Pokemon trainer is like the only form of work and education in the world. It's a morbid way of thinking about it.
No, you're right.
The only way to have an income there is either be Team Rocket or mug children for $100 on a
That's
path.
my dream world.
Give me your lunch money.
Blood sport with animals. I'm gonna rip you in half with my fucking bear knife dog seal.
My cat baby's gonna beat up your dog baby.
What the fuck is Samurott? Honestly, it's a seal with knives, guys. Like,
it's a samurai. It's a
let's do
samurai
a bunch of
rock
drugs.
ruler.
Let's duct tape a bunch of knives to some animals. Let them fight each other.
Samurott is a samurai Rottweiler. There we go.
Okay, done.
Mixed with the seal because it's watertight. The
and all this other shit.
and a whole bunch of other weird stuff. So we've already sort of mentioned it a little bit before, but the game's kind of bland.
Yeah.
I did like
Certain aspects of the game's kind of bland.
Yeah, the combat
felt
system though.
vacuous.
I did like the agility style and the strong style.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that was
and
an
to
interesting
see,
idea.
Like who was going to attack next, and if you do an agility style and they do a strong style, then you've got like 3 attacks.
Yeah, like if you know you're strong enough to one hit it even on a speed one.
Yeah, man, and then it,
Or
like,
you're trying to get like
it made
a
more
like
sense.
status effect on
It
it.
made more sense with like healing abilities and stuff like that.
Yeah.
where it's like, and generally you just kind of wing it.
Yeah, it drops
You're
it down from being a 100-point heal to a 90-point heal, but at that point, who cares? I got 90
Yeah, and
points of
that's it.
healing.
And then like if
And up turn.
you do have exactly
Yeah.
you've got 2 turns. So
Yeah.
that's
I did like that, yeah. Although at the same point there, because the baddies could use that as well. I'm not just
Yeah,
the
but
baddies,
that
but the
was-
Pokemon. So
yeah.
so randomly you'd be fighting something and it just throws out like a power stance move at you.
yeah.
And it just fucking one taps your whole team because alphas they are a lot stronger when you fight them than when you catch them.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Dude,
you're
that
like
drives
fight this
me
thing.
nuts,
He's
man.
fucking
Yeah.
wiped out. Fight. I'm starting to revive cycle my Pokemon.
Yeah.
I've got a Blissey on my team. Like it's just a fucking health tank.
It's just a
It is
tank,
purely there to soak damage and do like healing, draining attacks
Yeah.
while I revive the other Pokemon.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any damage. It can't do any damage, but it can stay alive. And I'm like, no, just healing kiss, eat an egg. Fucking revived. The crafting system's interesting. The
liked
idea
it.
for it.
I did like it.
I do like the crafting system.
Farming.
Materials is a bit of a pain in the ass.
It
You
is.
spend so long out farming Pokemon as well, anyway. So it's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
that's to a degree though, because you want the
Like,
best of the best.
I sort of
balls.
did
and, like to
do-
have 3 iron, right? Like to get 3 iron to craft like the higher class balls.
Yeah.
It's such a pain, man. Like if you, I don't know, limiting that a little bit.
Yeah, but you
less,
don't need the jet balls. The jet balls you should only really be using for like flying things up in the road.
Like
Ultra,
that's
they're the
just-
same. They're the
just
same.
things that you-
They're the same as the Ultra balls, but I know what you mean. Like Ultra balls are still 2 iron.
I love it's 3.
3.
Yeah, yeah.
Three? I
And
thought it was
they're,
two.
and they're,
Oh no, 2's great balls.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
what is it? The megaton balls?
Yeah.
Man, I use them all the time because I love the sneaking approach.
Yeah.
It's like, and you just throw a raspberry down, man, and especially like even the higher.
Yeah, but you
higher
can
level
catch
ones,
most stuff with
like-
just a Pokeball. You don't need that much Pokeball.
No, you do.
You
like
do.
you do. Like especially like if you do catch an elite off guard.
Yeah.
Like especially after a raspberry, where it actually increases the chance to catch it.
Mm.
So to do that and then sneak up behind him, and especially like a high class. What was he? Is it Garchomp or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually caught him first go with a Gigaton, man, and like just raspberry down, sneak up behind him. Like it was pretty, I love that about it. Like watching their movement patterns, throwing it where you can actually creep up a lot, like with time, and boom, and
Yeah.
then like to actually get it, it's like yeah, dude.
Yeah.
But then like the amount of balls that you waste trying to do that.
And then the ones that throw weird, like the game doesn't render that it hit them.
Dude, sometimes they just turn around instantly, and you're like, well, what was that about?
Yeah.
I feel like there was some moments in it where it glitches out, where it's literally just quickly turns around. And you're like, what?
Or
no.
a tree decides it's wider than it actually is, and your Pokeball hits the tree instead of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
Or the ground.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Speaking,
yeah.
And then you're like, they're like, huh? And you're like, what the? It was
Yeah.
a tiny
I
pebble,
just
man,
spent
like-
20 minutes getting to this spot quietly. Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, but that's actually made me think of another thing. The breeding cycles. So when they have the event when there's a breeding outbreak.
Breakouts.
Yeah. For shiny hunting.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
like
the thing.
that.
And
That's
like
cool.
I still
get more
have not
chance.
seen a shiny.
I've got a shiny. I mean,
I haven't
like,
seen one.
apart from the Ponyta,
Ponytail.
but I got one of the. I can't remember the big bell-looking dudes. You know, just like those big bells.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I came across a shiny one of those, and I'm just like, that's a different color. I'm like, that's a fucking shiny. And it
Rigorock?
actually.
That Rigorock?
No.
No.
Fuck. Bronzors evolved.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Big Dick Beat.
Yeah.
You Pokemon, but everyone knows Pokemon.
Yeah.
Fucking-
There's too many to remember.
Yeah, so
Is this calling him weird fucking names?
Especially the one that looks like a
just to patronize me, I don't know.
Like,
Yeah, so the like the game's good. It's all right. It has got, obviously, as we've all mentioned, it's got like flaws, but they're not like game breaking. They're just more like nuances where we're at a certain point in the gaming where there's an expectation from
Yeah.
AAA that
yeah.
you should be getting a certain level of something. So
Right.
I'll get used to give me like a little rating on what you think. So Marty, what's your thoughts on the game for final thoughts for an overall?
Final thoughts, nostalgia, 50 out of 10. If I was 10 years old playing this game, I would have lost my shit. There should be 2 branches of game, original Pokemon, and then like a random Pokemon Legends or whatever, where they just amass everything. Mega Evolutions, all the Pokemon, all the crazy game mechanics just shoved into one world.
Please.
Just do one game. That's all I ask. That game would be wild.
Please,
Everyone would
yeah.
love it. Everyone would hate it. You don't care. You just play it because it'd be sick. Love this game. Things to work on, but a good direction to go in for both old and new fans, which Pokemon have been struggling with for years. So
And
well
out
done.
of 5.
Out of 5, I would give it a solid 4.25.
All right, go off fractions.
Oh,
So Marty's 4. So because see, I have
we have a rating system here at 2MOOKS.
I have an ability to make 4. Hold on, gotta hug Gucci's shirt. He's giving an extra. No extra scores. No.
Wait. 0.25.
Oh,
Guys, we did it.
oh, so much hate. Why'd I give you a shirt? All right, and Gooch and yourself.
I would say as well like a 4. Yeah, I was gonna say 4.5, but but yeah, honestly, like there was a lot of points that I actually really loved about this, and then there was a lot of points that really disappointed me and let me down. The combat system I liked. Not being able to utilize the combat system was kind of irritating, and the world, yeah, like you said, could have used a lot more work. But
Yeah.
apart from that, man, like I did enjoy myself, and I did get immersed to a degree, and just I could soak hours into it until I fell asleep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, 4.5 for sure.
Fair enough. All right. Well, for me, it's a hard one. I'm taking this one here on a bitter pill, to be honest. Like, it's why I've had you guys go first, because I feel like my thoughts on the game have been a little bit darker
Yeah.
than what the other two is. So, like, I've played the game, but I've actually also kind of like it became one of those games that I would play for like an hour before I go to sleep. After I've played 6 or 8 hours of something else.
Yeah.
Because I found it just kind of painful to play through. It's just not ticking enough boxes for me. Like I'm giving this game a 3, right? And that's just basically on the idea of it feels bland, it feels lazy. The problem is Nintendo doesn't have a competitor. There is nothing else like this. They're running on nostalgia, which Marty says, right? But I've got the darker look on this one here. Nostalgia just means gouging money from people that want something from their past. They can't get it anywhere else. And that's what this sort of feels like. It feels like a tech demo. It feels like they needed something to bridge the gap between the new game coming out at the end of the year, which you'll notice comes out 3 weeks before Christmas as part of their standard cycle. This game here came out the beginning of the year after Christmas. They couldn't get it out before Christmas. They couldn't finish it.
True.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This game came out in the new year, which is off cycle. It's an additional game that isn't part of their standard cycling.
Yeah.
And they weren't finished on time. That's why, obviously weren't finished on time. Otherwise, they would have had it out 3 weeks before Christmas, right? Not halfway through or beginning of February.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, like I like the game. I feel like it just doesn't do enough. I would still buy it again now though if I'd never played it. Like if I haven't played it, I'd still buy it again. It's still a Pokemon game. I have enjoyed it. I've definitely put hours into it to get that enjoyment. There's just other games I would rather play.
Yeah.
100%.
100%.
And now like I've got little left to finish it. Like I'm most of the way through the game, and then at a certain point, and there's certain things to do with finishing the game that piss me off. To complete the Pokédex, you need a guide.
Need the guide.
Yep, you need a guide because there is no way to know what are they called? The little fairy?
The little wisps, yeah.
There is no way to know what wisps you've collected. So no matter what you do, you need a guide and you need to go through again to check every single wisp location at everything.
That's the thing with,
because you don't know which ones you've got. So you still need to go and look at the ones you might have gotten because it doesn't mark them off for you.
I mean, to a degree, I think that's like just a collectible thing. That's
No, but like
in a lot of games.
It's just another missed opportunity. Like, why don't I have something that helps me find them?
I mean,
why don't I have like a radar-y thing or some sort of magic timing wand?
It's collectibles, man. Like,
yeah, but like,
but with again, referring back to Breath of the Wild, they had the Korok seed. They marked on the map which Koroks you'd knocked off the list.
Yeah,
that's
fair.
Like all I needed was a stamp that would appear like this was a location of a wisp.
Yeah,
and I'd look at my map and go, I don't need to go there, and you need to do that to get the last Pokemon.
Oh, word. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Spiritomb, yeah.
Spiritomb. Is the only way to get it is by finishing the wisp because he appears and becomes available because you've done all the wisps. So that is story locked behind a mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
which only really affects people that care about
flying around for hours and just doing like a grid pattern of like setting it.
No, but even then you can't do it flying. Those wisps only appear within a certain distance.
Yeah, that's as
well.
Yeah,
so
it's not necessarily always on top of things. It can be in things.
Yeah, but also you need to be within a certain meterage of it, otherwise it's invisible.
Yeah,
and do it at nighttime as well.
Lower a little bit, yeah. But that's just like little gripes like that. Like it's like Nintendo's got you by the balls. They know you've got no other options. That's also why their games that are 4 years old on the Switch are still at $70 because they haven't got a competitor.
Yeah,
all they're competing against is themselves when they bring out the new stuff.
Yeah.
Pokemon Sword and Shield is still a $60 game.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's not going to ever go down.
Mario Kart on every console ever has never.
They haven't even put. They haven't put out a new Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 has been re-released 4 times.
Yeah, you're right.
Jesus
and on
Christ.
different consoles.
Exactly. They've stopped making new Marios. They just keep updating the current Mario Kart to the new console
I'm not
update.
even mad. I would buy that.
Which is still fine. It's still a good
I'm
game.
the person you hate in the gaming world.
That's just the only game you're good at.
Excuse me, I'm actually shit at it. I came third this year in Mario Kart.
Only because I wasn't there to give a ruling on bullshit rulings. Because I am the ruling master. I was gonna be Toady.
Yeah.
Go there and be like the game master for the night. Yeah. But I had to work. I got called. I had to work.
2MOOKS review. We're doing Mario Kart now.
Yeah, no. We could do a Mario Kart.
Gee,
I don't know if I trust some of our friends on camera.
I mean,
some of our friends on just some of our friends on camera. I don't know.
Yeah, we have some.
But yeah, so that's my thoughts on it. So look, I'm gonna give the game a 3, based on those ideas for it, because like although it's a good game, I can't give it a better score just because those gripes are kind of enough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like
take it down.
Like it's still a good game. It's still worth buying. It's still worth playing. It's just lazy. in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. So look, that's all I've got for this one here. Let's switch over to I need that page because I've got a specific outro page because I'm lazy and I ain't fucking editing shit. Yeah, I literally just cut and paste all my stuff. I ain't got time for this bullshit. I gotta rewatch this whole thing again. I'm not gonna cut anything out of it. I'm just gonna clean up the beginning and the outro here. I'm not even gonna cut this out. You can hear me rant. If you've made it to this point here, listening to us talk shit about a video game, then thank you very much. This has been Dragothic Gaming. We got Marty here who works for Cheese and Friendship. He's a very cheap whore. You got Gooch who is a nutsack stuck to the side of a leg. Because it's somewhere in the middle there.
You're welcome.
I can't remember his name. Mine feels funnier. So yeah, I'd like to thank these two for coming to help me out for doing these things here.
Welcome.
And Marty,
Review.
Loved
having you on the show.
Yeah, he came here after work. It's like 11 o'clock at night when you finish work, and it's like after midnight now. His
heroes work cape
His girlfriend's sleeping here on the side here. She's out. We're gonna have her jump in and be like, "Look, we know girls," but no, she's out. She's asleep.
Yeah, I gotta carry her home.
Thanks, yeah. We have little hands.
Yeah, they're gonna help me carry her.
little hand. Little hand.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
We're normal
God,
people.
that feels so
We're
pure.
normal people.
We need one of them Instagram videos where all the little hands come in together and be like,
We just do the Mighty Ducks fucking amp up thing. Okay, guys, we're gonna win the ramp up. Part of the cards. Let's go.
So make sure you check out my links and stuff like that. So there's links down in the description, being the merch store, which is thank you. The merch store being Dragothic Studios over on Spring Tea, sorry. There's a link down below, so they'll individually print off anything you want to wear that's on our listing there, going from just Dragothic logo shirts all the way through to Briscanid, which is a custom made Brisco Arachnid Centaur, and Merch Go and a few other bits and pieces. There's also Instagram, which is Jacob Berlin Briscoe. And I tag Marty in just about everything for that. I've got a new Instagram, which is Dragothic Studios for the new channel. It hasn't got anything posted on there yet, same as Dragothic Studios YouTube channel, which you should go and pre-follow just in case for when the 3D animation stuff starts dropping for that one there.
Wicked.
Hell yeah. You've seen some of the stuff I'm working on, haven't you?
Amazing, man. Yeah. You guys are just insane.
It's looking pretty cool. Once we got something to show you, I don't want to show you anything unfinished. We're going to show you something finished. It looks good. What else have I got? I got Twitter, Dragothic _ Twitch, which I haven't been on in a long time. I don't have a great internet where I am at the moment, so it's a bit hard to do Twitch streaming. But yeah, go and follow on all those sort of bits and pieces there. I'm very active on all social media, and I'd really appreciate it if you want to jump in and get something from the merch store. Everything is cost at effectively cost. I make like 30 cents on every item that's on there because I just think it'd be cool if someone had stuff, and that's the minimum the company would let me put on there profit-wise, because it effectively just to cover tax. And I'm like, whatever. I just want people to wear my shit.
And the material's super good.
Yeah, it's really it's
designs are dope. They're by me.
They're really soft. Marty draws everything for me.
Draw you a picture.
Damn it. But yeah, so thank you very much, everyone. This is Dragothic Gaming, and we will be signing out.
Woo!
All right, go on to this one here. There we go. See you later. Bye. We made this too. All right, bye. Bye.